So, you know, the thing with fishing in Minecraft, it can, at times, be kinda boring. Unlike other games, Minecraft doesn't really have a fishing minigame. It is just click on the right button at the right time. And even if you find that really enjoyable, there are only so many fish you can catch. I think Minecraft has like 4. And then it doesn't even really matter where you fish. A small pond or the big ocean, you'll be able to catch the same fish everywhere. That can definitely be improved. Which is why today we're gonna have a look at a Minecraft plugin named EvenMoreFish, which completely overhauls the fishing system. So let's go and have a look. But before we do that, I do want to ask you to double check if you're actually subbed to the channel. The vast majority of my daily viewers are still not. You may think you are, but you may not actually be in reality. So if you could just double check, I would appreciate that so extremely much. So EvenMoreFish is an incredibly cool Minecraft plugin which I've actually had a look at before inside of a top 5 video. Looking back at it, this plugin does way too much for just a top 5. So I decided to do a full coverage as well. The plugin can be downloaded from Modrinf. A link to this page can of course be found in the description down below. After that, simply drag the jar file into the plugins folder of your Minecraft server and give it a quick little restart. If you're still looking for a cool place to host a Minecraft server, by the way, make sure to check out channel partner AlienHost. They recently completely overhauled their panel and it looks very neat. A link to their website can be found in the description down below, and make sure to use code KASAISORA at checkout to save a whole 20% off of your first month, which on its turn will of course also help me out along the way. If you want to use the economy features of EvenMoreFish, you will also need to install Vault and an economy plugin, but that ultimately is fully up to you. So what is this plugin all about? Well, after installing EvenMoreFish, even before we do a single other thing, already 70 new fish have been added to the game. Which means if we now go to some water and I throw in my rod, just like that, there are now not just 4 fish I can catch, but 70 plus, which is much better. There it comes, and let's go! We got one! Great. KASAISORA has fished a 28 centimeter common cod. So when we now have a look at the fish in our inventory, this is what it will look like. It will show that it's caught by me, and also how long it actually is. Because yes, this plugin actually adds a length to every single fish in the game. So even if you catch one of the 4 default fishes in Minecraft, they can now differ in length, which is a very cool metric if you at some point want to do a competition. But okay, let's catch another one. We just throw in the rod and we wait, and it's mine! There we go, koi carp. Caught by KASAISORA. It measures at 16.9 centimeters. Let's see if I can get something more rare. Oh, that is definitely more rare. Okay, we got Dory. It is a rare fish, like you can see, and it measures in at 83 centimeters. That is insane. That's almost a meter long. Now we can get a bunch more information about which fish are actually in the game by opening the EvenMoreFish menu. So you just want to type in chat /EMF, which will open this menu right here. And over here we can toggle custom fish. We can open the fish journal to keep track of all the fish you've caught. That is in my opinion a really cool feature. Then there is the fish shop, because of course, view baits, because baits are now a thing. And then last but not least, the commands. Now this first button here does exactly what it says. When you click it, you will disable custom fish. But if you want to know what custom fish are out there, you want to go to the fish journal. And the fish journal will keep track of exactly which fish you've caught. But it's also just a great place to see which fish are available. So here we got 5 different categories. There's common, epic, junk, legendary, and then rare. When we go to common, you can see exactly which fish are common and which ones I've actually caught. Now currently, not a single fish here does say I've caught it, and that is because I've only just now enabled the database. If you just install this plugin, the database won't be enabled by default, which means if you want the journal to work right from the start, you want to first install the plugin, then reboot your server, and then you want to immediately go to the config.yml file, and then you want to look for the database, which for me is on line 41, and you just want to make sure to enable it. Then reboot your server, and you're good to go. Which means that every every single fish that I catch from now on, they will actually be recorded and registered. There we go. We caught a common rockfish. So let's go back to the journal. Let's go to common. And then we look for the rockfish. There it is. I've caught a singular rockfish in my huge career. You can see the biggest one we've caught and the smallest one we've caught. Also the exact date we found it first. And then down at the bottom, you can even see how many have been caught on the server in total, among the biggest and the smallest one. So that is really cool. Now you can see that there are a whole bunch of common fishes. Like this is a pretty big page. And when we go to epic, you can see there are a bunch of epic fish too. And these for sure look special. So there is the axolotl. Not really a fish, but also not something you can catch in Deep on Minecraft. Well, you can catch them now. There's also a hermit crab. There's a kelpfish. There's a whale. That one sounds cool. I would love to catch a whale. I love whales. And there's also a legendary fish. For example, Wampus. Because that's a fish. And there's Mr. Crayfish. And then there is King Mackerel. A green axolotl. A Chinese white dolphin. But there's also SpongeBob. Oh, I have to ask. If an EvenMoreFish developer is watching this, please give me my own fish. I want the Kasai fish in this plugin. That would be so cool. Anyway, when we go to rare, there are also a bunch of fish here. And there's also junk, which they have added. These are just things like a rusty spoon and an old fisherman's hat. The variety of fish that can be found here definitely reminds me of Stardew Valley. And that is a compliment, because Stardew Valley has one of the best fishing systems in any game. Lots of variety, and you can literally amuse yourself with fishing in that game for hours. Now, of course, you're able to customize and create your own fish as well. So inside of the EvenMoreFish folder, there will be another folder named rarities. And inside of there, you will find every single type of rarity. And when we open, for example, the epic.yml, we're able to modify and add fish of our own over here. So at the top, we got all of the specifications. So the ID and the weight of the rarity. Then we got the item, so how it is displayed inside of the GUI. And here at the bottom, we got the maximum and minimum size. So this will determine how big a fish of a certain category can be. And a little further down, we can see how they're configured. So this fish is a glowing jellyfish. And its item is a head. And over here, they just filled in a head ID. You don't have to use a head though. You can also use a material, for example, a sea pickle. And you can make it glowing if that's something you would like. And when we hop over to the common.yml file, you can see how easy it is to configure a common fish. So adding more yourself is really, really easy. Now there is also a fish shop. Sell the fish you've caught to earn a bit of extra money. Now for the fish shop to work, you of course need an economy plugin installed alongside Vault. But if you have, we can simply drag in fish that we want to sell. For example, all of these. And then we click on the sell button. There we go. We need to click once more to confirm. And there it is. 4 fish have been sold, and I've earned a total of $22. So now, because I have Essentials X installed, we can do /balance, and there it is. $22 on my account. Oh, we're getting rich, boys. Now, next up, we're gonna have a look at the baits, which are essentially effects for your fishing rod. Now, when we go back to the EMF menu, there is a View Baits button over here. Strangely enough, though, it doesn't seem to work for me. I believe that this might be a bug in the plugin, and if it is, I'm sure the developer will fix it as soon as possible. Luckily, though, there is still a way to show off these effects without actually entering that menu. So when using the command /EMFA, which stands for EvenMoreFish admin, we now have an option here named bait. Here we got the 6 different types of baits that are currently available. These are all the ones in the game by default. So let's go for Epic Elixir. Then it wants to know the quantity. We're gonna do 1. And then the target. That is me. And there we go. Here is the bait. Epic Elixir. Increases the catch rate for 1 rarity, making it easier for us to catch epic fish. Let me just show you all of them. Here we go. Here we got every single one of them. There's, of course, the Epic Elixir. But then there's also fresh water. Increases the catch rate for 2 rarities, both epic and legendary fish. So fresh water is pretty overpowered. Then there is the infinite bait. Also increases the catch rate for 1 rarity. The legendary lure increases the catch rate for 1 rarity. And then there is the shrimp. Increases the catch rate for 6 fish. So to activate it, we first need to go to survival. And after that, we can just drag it on top of our fishing rod, just like that. And there we go. Epic Elixir is applied. You have a total of 7 different slots available on a singular fishing rod. So you can apply a bunch of baits. And now it is just gonna be easier for us to catch rare fish. Come on. Let it be a good one. Oh, man. Let's just apply all of them. There we go. I need a bit of luck. That looks great. Come on, please, game. Give me something rare. And... okay. Oh, come on. There it is. Ah, oh, we found Dory again. Welcome back. Now, something else which this plugin allows you to do is start competitions. Now, at this time, there are 7 different types of competitions available. A competition to catch the largest fish, the most fish, a specific type of fish, but also a specific rarity, the largest total. That one is pretty cool. It means that all the fish that you catch in a specific time period, their length will be added up to a total. And that total needs to be more than anyone else has on the server for you to win. There's also the shortest total, where the lowest score wins. And then there's also shortest fish, which speaks for itself. Now, competitions can be scheduled. Here, inside of the main.yml file, which is located in this path, you're able to schedule competitions to your liking. So the main competition here, the default one, is always going to be a largest fish competition, and it will be held 4 times a day at 12 a.m., 6 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. every single day of the week except for Sunday. This competition will need a minimum of 5 players to actually start. If there are less players online, the competition will be cancelled. But if you just want to do a random competition when you feel like it, you can of course do that too. By using the /emfa command again, we can also choose a competition. And here we get the choice between a main competition, a Sunday competition, and a weekend competition. So let's do the main competition, for example. Then we choose a time, we press on enter, and there we go. The fishing contest has started. And we need to catch the largest fish. So we're now just gonna go ahead, enter, and fish. I'm gonna compete with myself. I'm sure this is gonna be a close call. If I'm even able to catch something. Oh, there we go. Ooh, a rare fish. Would you look at that? We got a sunfish. And it's 1.5 meters. Oh, that's long. I will definitely win. Oh, and there comes another one. Come on, legendary. Nope. And there it comes. Oh, a rare jellyfish. It's not as long as the sunfish though, but that is a new one for sure. All right, well, that's it. Fishing competition is over. And would you look at that? The fishing contest has ended. Kasaisora has won with the sunfish. There are a total of 1 players on the leaderboard. And because I've won, I've received 5,000 XP and 3 diamonds, which are currently here in my inventory. Of course, all of that can be customized from the config file I just showed as well. At the bottom here, you can find the rewards. And inside of this folder, you can also just create a competition of your own. So there are 3 types currently available, main, Sunday, and weekend. But we could totally duplicate the main.yml file, change the largest fish type to one of the other available ones, and bam, we got a new competition, which we can start whenever, schedule whenever. Now, this plugin also supports placeholders. Now, you do need to make sure you have placeholder API installed, but if you do, you can, for example, make a hologram which showcases certain information. So there we go. I just created a new hologram using fancy holograms. If you don't know how to use fancy holograms, I've made a complete separate tutorial on that. Do for sure check it out. But let's just add a placeholder like, for example, this one, which shows the time until the next competition. And there we go. Time left until the next competition, 0 days, 1 hour, and 51 minutes. That's pretty cool. So this way you can just showcase to your players when they should be online to participate in the next competition on the server. All of the placeholders that this plugin supports can be found on the wiki. Of course, I will leave a link to this in the description down below as well. All right, those were the basics of this incredible plugin. But I think you can see that this is an incredibly fun plugin if you want to make fishing on your server more enjoyable. With all of that being said, that's gonna be it for today. Do make sure to sub to the channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members. And then I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.